A worst restaurant experience?
It wasn't here, it was in Australia. I found glass in my my pasta.
Oh my God.
Like, if I swallowed that glass, yeah, man, I don't know what would have happened
Oh
here.
my God.
But yeah, if you want good food, maybe watch a comedy show, even if you hate Kris Fade, come and try the restaurant.
He's the voice thousands wake up to in Dubai. He's a reality TV star, a father, a businessman, and now a restaurateur.
I worked in cafes and restaurants for nearly 8 years. I didn't do well at school, so that was how I made my money. In cafes, working in a cafe, it actually gave me the confidence to talk to people. Because you go up to someone, hey, how you doing? Good. Well, I think that helped in my radio career, you know?
Before the doors open, before the rush, and before everybody starts walking in, this place belongs to him.
A lot of this stuff that you see on the wall has been shipped in from overseas. A team went out to France, for example, and actually hand-selected these from antique stores. This street that they've just opened up here, it's the first licensed street here in Dubai. You can sort of take the party from inside to outside respectfully, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, please give a big round of applause for Bianca!
Take it away!
Could you imagine people are paying and you have to make them laugh?
Initially, the guys thought I was joking when I said I'm going to come and serve tables. And then I started serving tables and they're like, it's crazy. I'm like, no, man, this is my restaurant. This is what I want to do.
I'm going to give you some sentences and you have to give your Aussie accent to it. I'll pay, don't worry.
Australians don't say that.
Oh, they don't say that at all.
Lebanese do.
From radio waves to restaurant plates, today I'm stepping inside Kris Fade's newest dream, the Pepperoni Comedy Club located inside 25 Jump Street at 1 Central. And this isn't just a highlight, but the real story behind the scenes.
Hey, hey, hey.
Kris, how are you?
Welcome to the Pepperoni Comedy Club.
Thank you so much and heartiest congratulations.
Thank you. What do you think? You've just seen it. You've just walked in. What do you think?
I think it's a great vibe. I can see a lot of Kris Fade in this place. There's comedy, there's music. Was it your idea to have an American-Italian diner sort of concept here?
I go to the States a lot. I go to LA a lot. And I used to go to a lot of diners.
Yes.
And I felt like the city was lacking a kind of real authentic diner from America. So we sort of made it in that feeling of like an American diner, but with an Italian twist on it as well. So it's just got a real cool heart to it, you know?
Was the comedy club idea also like something that you pondered upon? Is it like something intentional?
You know, we felt that this region didn't have a standalone comedy place, right?
Yeah.
And we wanted to be part of it. We thought we'll bring two worlds together, good food, good laughs, and see what happens. And we're getting a lot of the real comics from around the world wanting to come and play as well.
But Kris, tell me, like you've started a lot of businesses, you've had your own reality TV series as well. How does it feel like being a restaurateur? This is your first time.
I worked in cafes and restaurants for nearly 8 years. And I was a barista and I made food. That was I didn't do well at school, so that was how I made my money. I came to Dubai, 2007, not with a lot. And to be able to say that this is part of my journey, it's pretty unreal, and I don't take it for granted. It's a blessing, and I'm really happy.
Opening a restaurant is not something that you wake up and you feel like, okay, you know what, today I'm going to open a restaurant. I'm sure like there've been years of thinking and ideations and all of that. When did you feel like it's actually going to be a proper plan, or it's coming along?
You know what? I think when you do anything in life, if you find the right people to do it with, it's really important. Was I scared? Not really. Nervous? 100%. I think anytime you get into anything that's different, you should be a little bit nervous. I don't think if you have those nerves, if you don't have those nerves, you're probably not taking it seriously enough. And I'm grateful to be here with my partners and creating a little bit of magic here. We're at 1 Central in the heart of Dubai,
Talk to me a little bit about the area, neighborhood. Was there a specific thing that you wanted to?
Okay, so we're kind of attached to the 25-hour hotel, which I love. I think it's one of the most, it's a brilliant hotel. It's a little different. This street that they've just opened up here is called 25 Jump Street. Now, it's the first licensed street here in Dubai, which means you can sort of take the party from inside to outside respectfully, right?
This is the first time this is happening in Dubai.
Yeah, it's really, really brilliant. And we've got the comedy out the back happening tonight as well. And then we turn the music up and it's a vibe. Like, it turns into like a really cool vibe.
Yeah. How do you handle all the stress and the pressure? Does it get really overwhelming at times, or you've eased down, like you know how to handle it?
No, know what? Like I manage a lot. I'm very good with time management, but I'm definitely stressed. Sometimes I get stressed out. I think it's important to get stressed out. Like, again, if you're not stressed, you're probably not doing enough. Like it's unusual.
Can you give us a tour of the place, please?
Sure. Let's go. Okay, well, let's start right here.
Yeah.
You can see we've got candy all within the bar. This is just something so cool that, we wanted to come up with. We want this place to be not only a place where you can laugh and have great food, we want you to walk in and have a visual experience, and I think it does that. So we've got a huge bar. We've got a great selection of drinks, obviously, as well. See these booth seats over there? Yeah. That was one thing that I really wanted to do. But we've got a great design team that their creativity, a lot of this stuff that you see on the wall has been shipped in from overseas. Like a team went out to France, for example, in areas in France, and actually hand selected these from antique stores and brought them over. Like what?
So personal.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little museum at the same time. So I wanted to make sure that it gave you that cool comfort vibe. If you can see the whole area, it's very spacious right now. We've got the kitchen out the back. Let me show you the booth. Come out and have a look at this. I love like kind of the things that we do around this area, which is like just little things like this, just like this is the kind of stuff that I wanted to do. Like, see this? Like, it's just old school. If you come in here, we've got security just doing his hair. How are you, bro? Come in this side. So this is our photo. This is our photo booth. How cool is this, right?
Can you get a
you
picture
can come
here,
in.
actually?
Let's do right here. 3, 2. Oh, we got one more. So yeah, we want to do things a little bit differently. And like, I just love that we put our little boxes here as well. I've got the pepperoni, like everything's just so cool. I want it to be a home.
Oh, I think
We're taking another one. We're gonna do a full photos. Ready? Okay, crazy one or okay.
This is why stand-up is so hard, because could you imagine people are paying and you have to make them laugh? Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, we have flown her in, one of the biggest comedians in the world from Curlytales. Please give a big round of applause for Bianca!
I think he's dreaming!
Take it away!
Chris, why don't you come up and talk to us about a few jokey lines?
So that's nerve-wracking, isn't it? Isn't, and there's no one really here yet, so well done to everyone. But like, honestly, this is where comedy lives now here in the region. I don't want to just say Dubai, in the region. Pepperoni Comedy Club, all right? No jokes from me. No, I am the joke. I am the...
A table full of food of Pepperoni's signature dishes. What are some of your go-to orders when you come here?
All right, you've got to get the pepperoni pizza if you come to the Pepperoni Comedy Club. We've gone with a nice little kind of like starter where you just got the different types of meats. You've got the amazing sort of bruschetta garlic bread. If you love fungi, which I do, you've got the pizza over here. Everything we kind of do is really, really wholesome. Like, I want you to try it.
Yeah.
You like mushrooms?
I love mushrooms, yeah.
Okay, I'll start with the pepperoni pizza.
Yes.
You start with that. It's so good.
That's really good.
You good, really?
I don't think you can go wrong with pizza. You've been in Dubai for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Dubai food scene is massive. What are some of your comfort food dishes that you actually enjoy in the city?
I went through a big health transformation years ago. So when I eat now, I keep it pretty simple. I have my proteins, I have my salads, I do all of that. But yeah, my favorite dishes, I think Dubai and the UAE were spoiled, man. We are, the different types of selection of restaurants and food that we can get to. A falafel on the side of the road to, a Michelin star restaurant. We have everything here, but, what we wanted to do here at the Pepperoni Comedy Club is just make it a home. We wanted you to come and feel at home when you came here, and you can have a good slice of pizza and enjoy it,
But what about you? Like when you go to a restaurant, are you like a hands-on eater? Do you like trying new things, or you're pretty selective with what you want to eat?
So if you take me to a restaurant, I'm trying to find the protein, any type of meat, chicken or fish dish. I don't want too many sauces on there. If you catch me on a vacation, that's when I'll go extreme.
What is the extreme like? Like what's your routine, like diet routine, like at home and versus outside?
Okay, so I don't have breakfast in the morning. I have 2 coffees. First coffee's around 5 a.m. Second coffee's around 7 a.m. Go after the gym, piece of chicken, piece of salad.
That's so strict. That's a strict diet.
Otherwise, I'll be back to what I was, which was 128 kilos. Midday snack, piece of cheese. I love cheese. Give me cheese. I can have cheese. Yeah?
Pie with cheese. I love cheese.
Cheese I love. And then at dinner, pretty much the same thing. Piece of meat and chicken. On a vacation, this is breakfast. I'm going all in. I'm eating anything to everything. I'm doing the big pancakes. I'm doing the eggs. I'm doing the turkey bacon. I'm doing it all. Lunch, I'm having big burgers. Dinner, I'm having a massive pasta. I don't want to be strict and boring my entire life. I was like that when I was really fit, but I wasn't enjoying. I used to go out to restaurants and take my own food with me.
Okay.
And that wasn't fun.
Yeah.
So I found a good happy medium now. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that our restaurant here just had a little bit of everything to offer, you know?
Yeah. Is there like a blueprint or is there like a guidebook that somebody teaches you to be a restaurateur, or does it come to you naturally?
It comes with experience. You talk to I mean, listen, I don't classify myself as a restaurateur yet, but I think it comes with experience. It's trial and fail. It's doing things, doing them wrong, learning, doing it again, doing it right. Initially, the guys thought I was joking when I said, I'm going to come and serve tables.
Yeah.
And then I started serving tables and they're like, it's crazy. I'm like, no, man, this is my restaurant. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I love talking to customers. I think I spent so much of my early life in cafes, working in a cafe.
Yeah.
It actually gave me the confidence to talk to people. Because you go up to someone, hey, how you doing? Good.
Yeah.
What would you like? And you take their order. The restaurant business is one of the hardest industries to succeed in. For us and for myself to be able to plugged in here, I'm so grateful.
Quick confessions of a restaurateur.
Ooh.
What's the toughest decision you had to make in this restaurant that kept you awake at night?
One of the ones that won was kids. And initially we were discussing not having children in the evening because it was a bit of a vibe. There were drinks being served, the music was on. So one of those ones that we went back and forth with, we ended up coming up with a happy medium, which was, up until about 9:30, kids are welcomed. And then after that, when it turns up a little bit, we want to make sure that it's an environment for the adults and maybe not so much for the kids. But that was one that I kept thinking about,
A personal sacrifice that you had to make to open Pepperoni that not many people might know of.
Not much, just time. Sacrifice time. And time is a big thing, especially for me. Like, I'm doing a lot of things, so I don't have a lot of time.
A worst restaurant experience?
It wasn't here, it was in Australia. I found glass in my my pasta.
Oh my God.
Like a wedge of glass. Like a good size one. Thankfully, I found it before I threw it down my throat.
Okay.
Now, obviously, they were apologetic.
Yeah.
Now, anything can happen in a restaurant. It obviously must have cracked and fallen in without anyone
Yeah.
knowing. But if I swallowed that glass,
My God.
yeah, man, I know what would have happened
Oh
here.
my God.
you
Yeah.
know?
How would you handle such an experience at Pepperoni?
Listen, touch wood, it would never happen.
Happen.
But if it ever did, yeah, I mean, I'd just be apologetic. I'd be, I'm so sorry. We'd comp the meal. I'd probably give them a year free. Now, don't be going and putting glass in your food trying to get free food here, okay?
Is it because you also love food so much? Do you always dream of opening a restaurant?
I love food. I love people. I love comedy and smiling. I love Dubai. When I moved to Dubai, I knew zero, no one. Now I have a restaurant where people come in and they say, hey, Kris, how you doing? Hey, it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful feeling.
Did you have to deal with a difficult customer ever? Or what would you do if you had
Not
to
yet.
deal with one?
Not yet. I did have a lady outside the other day. She called me over. I said, how can I help you? She said, you took my favorite dish off the menu. I said, what we take off? She said, artichokes. Now, I didn't know we took the artichokes off the menu. I went back to the kitchen. I said, why we take the artichokes off the menu? One of our least selling items on the menu. It's an expensive product to hold. Doesn't last forever. I had to go explain that to the lady. She understood. But we had some artichokes at the back, so I made it for her.
Wow.
I served it to her. I said, this is the final time for now
sweet.
that you're going to have your artichokes. I wanted to have that experience.
Yeah.
And then I made sure I comped her bill as well. I didn't want her to pay for that bill. I wanted her to walk away with that experience,
Yeah, because at the end of the day, hospitality
Yeah.
also does.
Word of mouth is everything. Like,
Yeah.
we're sitting here. I hope that you try something that you tell your friends about. Hey, I went to that Pepperoni Comedy Club. It's so good, And even if you can't stand me, even if you hate Kris Fade, come and try the restaurant.
I don't think there's anybody like that who.
Oh
would
no,
ever
there are
say
plenty.
that.
There are plenty. I hear them. I see them on my socials sometimes. But I love you all.
Lastly, what's your biggest guilty pleasure in the restaurant?
There's a popcorn dessert that we're gonna have to get you to try.
Okay.
Once you try that ice cream with the popcorn, you're gonna be like, what is this? It's
Okay.
huge. It's amazing. We also have a fantastic cookie that you got to try. Those two are my guilty little pleasures every time I come here. I ask the chef, I'm like, chef, make me a smaller one. And I
Okay.
just smash that. But yeah, it's beautiful, yeah.
Was there a moment in this process of setting up the restaurant where you felt like, you know what, no, like I don't want to do this anymore? Like, did it ever get that stressful?
No. Again, the team and the partners, they're doing the heavy work. I'm not going to say here and say it. I'm the guy that did it all. We have such an amazing team that has made it such a actual beautiful process for me. But yeah, if you want to get good food, maybe watch a comedy show, We want to support, one thing I want to say is we really want to support the local comedy scene. Of course, we're going to get those big names here,
Wow.
but I want to make sure that the local scene understand. When I say local scene, I'm talking everyone across the GCC. Fly in, let's do it, let's roll. We're here to stay.
Since we're at a comedy club, we want to see a comic side to you as well. You've been born and brought up in Australia. I'm going to give you some sentences and you have to give your Aussie accent to it. Does that work?
Only in an Aussie accent?
Only in an
But
Aussie
I can't
accent.
have an Aussie accent, so I'll turn it on a little bit.
We're playing Say It Like an Aussie. If you had to say, let's go, we're late,
Come on, bro, we're late, let's go.
how would you say the food is really good?
You know, in Australia, we use a lot of profanity, but I don't swear a lot. I don't know if I should, but you'd be like, that's sick, it tastes so good. You gotta try it.
I'm really tired, I want to go home.
For me, I'd be like, hey, I'm out. I gotta go to bed, I'm tired.
That guy talks too much.
Man, that guy doesn't shut up. How do you make him shut up? He talks way too much.
Relax, it's not a big deal, bro.
Bro, are you serious? Just relax, what's wrong with you?
Let's go get food and hang out.
Now, there'd be some real Australians, like they'd be like, let's go get some tucker and hang out. I don't use the word tucker.
Okay.
But I'd just be like,
A lot of
yeah.
Australians will relate to this.
Yeah. I mean, some would say tucker. Be like, let's go get a feed. That's what we say. I don't know if you would say that. We say, let's go get a feed, which means let's go eat.
Go eat.
Let's go get a feed.
I'll pay, don't worry.
Australians don't say that.
Oh, they don't say that at all.
Lebanese do.
All right, thank you so much, Kris. It was lovely to meet
Bianca,
you.
thank you so much.
thank
Welcome
you.
anytime.
Yes.
Pepperoni Comedy Club, come through.
Thank you.